Hello, Ram Bashar here. We are together with another raid video. I have been silent for some time on YouTube at least. I was a little busy, with the stream and Synchronos reset and whatnot. Takeovers were, plenty. And now finally I have found the time. I will try to upload quite a few videos. We do have a lot of improvements, and as I said, I have been silent for some time, so the number of videos that are required have been, amassing. So what do we have? Well, first off, that's what I want to get into. I want to talk about the chaos dust and the chaos powder. If you noticed, we have been given 20 of each of these some time ago. So what do they do? What they do is they allow us to reroll the ascension bonus of an item, right? So imagine you have some nice piece, right? The piece I have here is not extremely nice, but it's still okay, right? HP percentage, triple speed accuracy. And from the perception set, so it is a nice, debuff support item. And thing is, as you can see, my ascension bonus is pretty bad. And that kind of item, just gets screwed, right? I mean, you have a speed set speed boot, and the ascension is, let's say, flat HP. The item loses quite a bit of its value because it could have been speed. So this wonderful currency allows us to reroll the items ascension bonus, right? And as you can probably tell from here, it is not limited to a single roll like the ores, right? Because with the ores, you reroll once and you're done, right? There is no more rerolling allowed. But with the dust, you can reroll infinitely. Let me just show you here. Rework attempts 3, right? I mean, I had some bad stat here. I rerolled into resistance, and then I rerolled. Finally, I got the HP percentage, which is what I wanted in the first place, HP percentage or defense percentage. So we have been given 20 of each of these, and the first try starts from 3 dust, and it goes up by 1 every single time. I heard it's getting capped somewhere like 10. Pray that you don't reach that stage, because these are not very easy to obtain. I will be coming to that in a moment. So the first try is 3 dust, the second try is 4 dust, the third try is 5 dust, blah, 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 right? So if I were to, reroll this, I would have had to pay 6, right? 6 dust if I had them. I have 0 right now. And it does tell us where to obtain this, Sand Devil's Necropolis, and as you can imagine, its accessory counterpart, the one with the pinkish hue, purplish hue, can be obtained from Phantom Shogun's Grow. Here's the rub though, only stage 25 will award you them, right? Let me show you, for example. Okay, let's say go. As you can see, up until stage 24, there is no visual for the dust, right? Only stage 25 has the dust drop, and it drops 1 to 3 randomly. So this is a new currency, so I can't, really tell. If it's weighted towards 1 or it's just random. From what I've seen from my limited experience, I do have like 100 runs under the belt after it has been implemented, and it does look like it's entirely random to me. So I would say, if you are lucky enough to get one of these, if you are lucky enough to get the chaos dust to drop, you can expect an average of 2 to drop, right? That is my first impression of it. Could be wrong at the time, because I have seen multiple 3 drops, right? I have seen a few 1 drops, and as I said, it does look like, and the drop rate seems to be around 10% ish. So if you invest like 2000 energy in here, right, do 100 runs, you can expect to get like 20, I think. But these are, as I said, my first impressions. I could have been lucky, I could have been unlucky, but I also, asked around a little bit. That seems to be the general impression now, right? So they cost approximately 200 energy per, and of course the most important thing is, guys, Sand Devil Stage 25 and Shogun 25 are no joke, right? They are not very easy to pull off. I will upload a video for Sand Devil Stage 25 and Shogun 25, relative budget versions. These are really hard end game places, so even the budget versions can be demanding. But yeah, I will try to give you, some nice teams. So let's get back to the, it does get back to here automatically. That's nice. So guys, as I said, you ascend the item with your oils, right? Let me just, let's open Artak. Okay, so Artak's chest is unascended. And what did I get? Well, I did get something extremely good. There is no need to re-roll this, right? This is something what I want. I am doing, if you take a look at my Artak, I am using him as a solo champion for soloing Ice Golem. So defense percentage is exactly what we want. Let's take a look at his boots. Flat HP. So this is a bad one, right? So if I had some dust now, I could have re-rolled it. But so let me check. And the important thing is, guys, you have to pay attention to this. So every slot's ascensions are, limited, and they are from a pool, right? And you can't say it's whatever main stat is allowed on the item, right? It is similar, right? It is a nice general rule, but you have to make an addition to it. Whatever main stat is allowed on the bottom row gear, and all flat stats on top row gear is the correct approach, right? So, for example, on gloves, you could have, let me open a glove, you could have all the flat stats, HP, attack and defense, all their percentage counterparts, and crit damage and crit rate, just as a gloves main stat would roll, right? Let me just show it to you. See, 8 options. And for a chest, there are 8 options again: flat stats, their percentage counterparts, accuracy and resistance. For boots, flat stats, their percentage counterparts, and speed. 7 options. So 8, 8, 7 options. So the thing is, when you are trying to roll something specific, it will become pretty costly in terms of chaos dust, right? Because there are many alternatives. So let's say I have flat HP on my glove, right? And I want crit damage. My chance is 1 in 7. So why is it 1 in 7? Because thankfully, Plarium did allow us the nicety of not rolling whatever you have rolled. So if I re-roll this item, it could be flat attack, it could be flat HP, flat defense, defense percentage, HP percentage, crit rate, or crit damage, but not attack percentage, right? Because, I am rolling away from it, which means I don't want it, right? So Plarium has shown us the courtesy of not allowing whatever you had. But they can appear again, right? It's not like you had attack percentage, you rolled away from it, and you rolled into flat attack, and you roll away from it again. It's not like attack percentage is out of the pool just yet, right? It is back now, because what you are rolling away from is flat attack now, so attack percentage is an option. So you can't be, I roll 7 times in the worst case and I get what I want. There's no such thing. You could roll infinitely. I mean, it would be very unlikely, but chances dictate so. And if you recall the amount of, dust earned per energy, it can be, a very tiresome thing. So my advice to you would be, do not re-roll something that already has something acceptable, right? So for example, guys, you have a glove with crit rate and you want crit damage, right? Just stay there, right? To preserve your sanity. Let me just show you. Do I have a, well, I can use the filter actually. So ascension bonus, crit rate. Okay. So this one, right? So when it's maxed out, it's going to be 10 crit rate and 80 crit damage, right? And let's say I want just the crit damage to be, and crit damage can go up to 20. So I could have, 100% crit damage here, right? But if I do that, my chances of getting crit damage is only 1 in 7. And crit rate on its own is not a bad roll either. So as I said, my suggestion would be to not roll this item ever, right? And if you are using boots, right, and if you have, depending on the character, if it's an arbiter, you have to reroll obviously, right, till you get speed. But if you have a nice support character and you have HP percentage or defense percentage on it, I would just suggest staying there. For example, Krisk, right? I mean, Krisk would get nice value out of 20% HP or 20% defense. So unless the character is very specialized, goes for pure speed, pure defense, whatever it is, right? I think you can just let it go. So for example, guys, Jordi is my prime nuker. Let me show you. His boots are attack percentage. And I could have gotten 12 speed here, right? 12 speed or 20% attack. But I think I'll just stick to this, because my chances of rerolling speed would be 1 in 6, right? And imagine, right? Let's say I have average luck and I do roll it on the 6th try, right? Yeah, not average, slightly below average, but let's say I roll it on the 6th try. So I will have to use 3 chaos dust first, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, and then 8, right? That's going to be 25 dust. And if we go by the logic that I just told you, I would have to spend 5,000 energy for that. Right? 25 dust is 5,000 energy. I would rather instead find another bad item and roll that. So for example, this is much more rollable, right? If I roll this into crit rate or crit damage, that's much better. And my chances are 2 in 7 this time, right? Because there are 2 acceptable rolls for. So yeah, this could be rerolled as well, or I could keep it. So this could be rerolled for Supreme Alhain because Supreme Alhain does not benefit from accuracy, right? But this is a nice piece overall, right? I could give it to a nuker that benefits from accuracy. So I will just keep that one as well. And blah, blah, right? I mean, you have to decide. But thing is, these are not, ripe for the picking, right? This is a precious resource that is not obtained very easily. So, if the item is already acceptable, I would just suggest that you don't touch it. And you, of course, have to give priority to your best characters. So, for example, let's take a look at this, right? I have to do this immediately. My Siphi is, my backbone. I reroll this into HP percentage or defense percentage, hopefully. Same deal. Maybe I replace this. Of course, this is an old piece of gear, right? So, I mean, it is precious and you should, spend them wisely. You shouldn't be obstinate, right? You shouldn't be stubborn. You shouldn't be like, no, oh my God, I can't accept, flat defense on my Artax gloves. I will reroll till I get, HP percentage, right? The first time you find something acceptable, you stop. And thing is, guys, the third reroll on an item is worth 2 rerolls on different items, right? Because the third reroll is going to cost 6 dust, and an item's first roll is costing you 3 dust. So I would say that's just better, right? Unless it's an extremely specific and important character, I would just say switch to something else. So use them wisely. And of course, if you can't do stage 25, sadly, it's going to be even more precious. We have been given 20 as a gift when they came out. I am thinking select activities in game are going to provide some, but they are not generous in terms of it, right? We had a champion training event right after they have been added. And we had to go very deep, like 14,000 points or so. And that awarded us like 3 chaos powder, I think. I mean, barely enough to reroll one item that has not been rerolled before, right? There's that. So I did get a short story long. As always, I seem to ramble. So thing is, guys, Chaos Dust is used to reroll Ascension bonuses of artifacts and is obtained from in-game activities rarely and from Sand Devil stage 25. Chaos Powder is obtained from Shogun stage 25, right? And is used to reroll accessory Ascension bonuses. And this is a more lenient item, so to speak, because, guys, there are not too many alternatives of rolls in accessories, right? So for example, rings just have the flat base stats, right? Attack, defense, and HP, right? If you have attack, you just reroll and you have 100% of success, right? I mean, you are equipping a support character, right? You want defense or HP, and you are 100% going to roll defense or HP, right? I mean, if you have a HP or defense nuker and you want one of the two, then you'll have a 50% chance. But if you just want to spec away from attack, there is a 100% chance that you will succeed. On amulets, we also have crit damage added on top of the flat base stats, just like the amulet, right, itself. So if you want to roll crit damage for a nuker instead of whatever you had there, you will have a 1 in 3 chance to succeed, because there are 4 alternatives and you are already in one of them and specking away from it, so you have a 1 in 3 chance. And finally, for banners, we have 5 alternatives to flat stats plus accuracy and resistance, just like the item itself. So guys, the general rule is whatever the item can have as its base main stats, except for the top roll gear, which can have all flat stats, right? So a weapon is always flat attack, a helmet is always flat HP, and shield is always flat defense, but they can all roll attack, defense, or HP, right? So you could get HP or defense out of your weapon as an Ascension bonus. Keep that in mind. That is the gist of it. So it has become very important for all of us to do a Sand Devil stage 25 team and a Shogun stage 25 team. And even though Shogun is a nastier place, there is a very nice budget team in place. That is not very easy to sort out, but it is a very budget team, right? Free to play even, right? Just rares. And there is a, improved version that can still be achieved as free to play. The gear level is very much questionable, but it can be achieved as free to play. And I will do a video on, Sand Devil and Shogun both, which you could use to solo or do rather Shogun and Sand Devil, and they do have a 100% win rate ish if you get everything correctly. So that's about it. If you do have questions, please leave your questions under the video and I will try to get to you, and I will see you on stream. Bye bye.